Well, guys,
No question what this video is about.
squeeze chutes have been around since. It's kind of hard to find the exact time frame when the first one was built. Maybe, since at least the 1940s, and they come in a wide range of shapes and sizes, functions, colors. Just your basic head catch all the way down to something that will turn on its side so you can trim feet. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can get on a squeeze chute now. So, have we got the very best one on the market? I absolutely believe so. Is it tricked out with every bell and whistle? Absolutely not. It's not the bare minimum, but it's also not the highest. I mean, there's a lot more things that could be added to this squeeze chute. So today,
it's got everything we need for right now, I think.
I think it'll outlast us.
Yep.
I think it'll outlast me and Erica, but she don't act right, so who knows how long we got.
So how many squeeze chutes do you think you've used in your lifetime so far? What do you think?
I mean, hundreds of different ones. I mean, lots of them were the same models, but I mean, just the different places that I've worked on, I would say at least 100 different squeeze chutes. I mean, I worked on a lot of places where we just had head gates. I worked on places where we had an old, the old guillotine style where you couldn't even turn them out of the front. It would catch their head up and down like this, and then you had to release that, let them back out, and then turn them out the side to let them out. Our first squeeze chute that you and I purchased and had together had a scissor style head catch, meaning the bottom. Oh, no, it didn't. The first one we ever had a self catch. The second one we had a self catch. The current chute we have has a sliding, I don't know what you would call it, maybe like an accordion style. It comes in and out parallel like that.
What happened to our first head catch? I mean, our first
The first squeeze chute that I ever owned, I bought from a great uncle of mine, and he passed away, and his kids said, hey, we would love to have that chute of Daddy's back. I had already rebuilt it, put a new floor in it, and redid a bunch of stuff to it, and I was like, well, I mean, you don't say no to that, so I sold it back to him and bought the current chute, the chute that we had before the one we're on right now. But
so this is our fourth squeeze chute?
This is the fourth one we've owned, yep.
Probably our last. Hopefully.
Probably our last, unless we ever happen to upgrade or get another one. If my goal would be that we expand so much that we got to have another chute someplace else. But here she is in all her glories, guys. This is a wide-bodied silencer squeeze chute made by Molly Manufacturing in Lorain, Oklahoma. And stay tuned, not in this video, but
Lorain, Oklahoma?
Lorain, Kansas. Sorry, Lorain, Kansas. We're going to be going to Kansas in the next couple of weeks to get a bed put on the pickup. And then while we're there, we're going to go by Molly Manufacturing and see how these squeeze chutes are made. A couple of really neat things about these squeeze chutes is they're all, like 99% of them are made to order, meaning, they don't just have dealers that keep very many of them just on the lot. You call and you talk to a dealer and say, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I need. And they walk you through the process, and then they build your chute for you. So that's what we did. We talked to Gene on this one and designed it exactly the way we wanted it, and they got it built for us, and we picked it up at the Texas Southwest Cattle Raisers annual convention in Fort Worth, Texas.
And hopefully you already saw that video. It's Clarence
is calling. So let me get this.
He called my phone already.
Okay. I don't know what he could possibly mean. I didn't. He hung up before I answered.
He called me already, so he probably needed something from me.
Yes, Bob. Hello? I didn't, but I haven't looked real hard.
Look in the bag that's sitting on the table.
Did you look look in that little black bag that had like the Molly t-shirt on it that's in the, well, it's probably out, but that black bag that Mom was carrying around at the convention, it's on the table. See if there's a little plastic thing with some little silver U-bolts on it. Okay. No, it just kind of got a deal that's kind of triangle shaped sticking off of it. You need an extension to the handle?
Yeah, bring the one that has the tripod on the bottom.
The one that just has the tripod on the bottom.
Okay, don't worry about it if you can't find what I'm...
Yeah, bring the tripod bottom, yes. All right, love you, bye.
And the last
Children.
thing I wanted to say, children,
Yeah.
was hopefully you saw us go get this chute at the Southwest
At the Cattle Raisers
Cattle
Convention.
Raisers Convention.
Yeah.
But my only problem with that is I haven't edited it yet, but there was music playing that whole time.
Oh.
And you know what I noticed?
What?
It wasn't playing the whole day. Like most of the day, there wasn't music playing. But during that whole thing, about 10 minutes in, I'm like, man, I hope these
Well-
mics are only picking up your voice. So we'll see if we got that video up, you'll see it right up here.
But if not, you may just have to put some
We could voice
YouTube.
it.
Yeah, we may voice over.
We
it,
may
so who
voice
knows?
over kind of that.
This may not
video.
even be in the video, but so I know the question's going to come up, so we might as well just address the elephant in the room right now. And
You want me to ask it? Cody,
yeah,
didn't you just get a new squeeze chute 18 months ago?
yes, I did. So here's the deal. If I compared, and y'all know if y'all been with us very long that we have an AeroQuip. It's a 74 series currently right here, and it's about 18 months old. And if I compared it to my old squeeze chute, it's like comparing a bicycle to a car. They serve the same function, but they're not even in the same class. And that's the same thing I would say about this manual AeroQuip chute compared to the silencer squeeze chute. I have no qualms with the AeroQuip squeeze chute. I mean, it's done everything we've needed it to do. There are a few kinks that I don't personally like about it. I don't feel like I get a good enough squeeze. And in hindsight, being 2020 like it always is, it was leaps and bounds above the chute we had. It's safer. It's easier to handle for the Erica and the kids to run. But it's still not it's not in the same class as like this semi truck that's sitting over here. That's what I'm calling the silencer, the semi. I mean, it's in a whole different weight category. I mean, it's just a whole different separate deal. And one of the things that drew us to Molly and to silencer is that we were at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association annual meeting in San Antonio earlier this year, and I walked over to look at one of their chutes, their Rancher model, which is, it doesn't have the palpate cage like this one does on it. And we're going to get it up closer and show you everything about it, but it was kind of like an entry-level chute. And we just really hit it off with the whole bunch. We got to meet John, hope I'm saying this correctly, Mulhagen, who is the inventor of silencer squeeze chutes. His daughter Lacey, his sister Jean, who's probably the #1 salesman or dealer for
Just that whole
silencer
crew.
chute. I mean, within 10 minutes of being there, we felt like we were family. And just hearing the story of how John John went down to the 4.6s. Not the 4.6s, to the King Ranch to deliver. The first thing he ever made was a hydraulic portable pen set up, and he took a set down there to those guys at the King Ranch. And while he was down there, the guy we're telling him about how much they just hated their squeeze chutes, and John was like, well, I think I could make something better than that. And then just seeing the evolution, we've got friends that have these chutes that Mr. Littlefield, if y'all have seen some of our videos with him, 20 years a chute very similar to this one's been sitting in his pens, and it's other than replacing a few hoses, which you're going to expect some hydraulic hoses over 20 years to deteriorate and break, but other than that, there's not been any really major issues with it. The level of thought and engineering that's gone into these chutes is, and I'm going to show you a lot of the neat little things about them, it's unreal. And their claim to fame, so to speak, is silencer, how quiet they are and how easy cattle move through them. So we're just excited to upgrade. This is way more chute than we currently need right now, but we went with everything we went on this so that we'll be ready for the future, so that we'll have everything we need in the future. So,
and I guess the other thing I would say is that yes, we have a partnership with Molly, but farmers and ranchers change brands when they don't have partnerships. So I don't feel like it's not unusual for somebody to try something out and decide they like a different brand better.
Right. Yeah, just like in any walk of life, if you're like, man, I really think that's going to fit exactly what I need, and then maybe after you get to using it, you decide, man, this really wasn't what I really thought it was going to be, or really it doesn't work as well as I thought it was going to work for my situation. So you try something else, and that's basically what we've done here. Is I know this one's going to do everything because I've run it enough. When we got this one, I had never run one of these, never even, other than just at a feed store, opening and closing it, playing with it. I'd never run any cattle through it. But I could see the value in it. I thought, well, it's got to, you know, I like some things about it, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't do everything I want it to do.
Which brings one last question. So why didn't we immediately, and this question is for them, immediately go to a silencer to begin with and skip this whole new manual squeeze chute?
Well, at that point in our where we're at, I really couldn't justify needing a hydraulic squeeze chute. And we could get by with our old original manual squeeze chute that I've got on a set of wheels that we take when we work cows, when we go outside or away from our home place here. But the plans we have for the future are it's just going to make things a lot easier for us. And it's going to be safer for Erica and Clancy and Kylie and eventually grandkids to be able to run it. It's just going to be a smoother operation. So let's get to work.
Without further ado, now that we are 11 minutes in.
All right.
Are we off the ground, Wes?
We are, I think, just a little bit. All right.
It's not picking up the front?
Yeah, you're only picking up that side. This side's still down.
Yeah.
And then give it a pull. Don't hit your elbow on that post behind you.
Big buckle on this bar.
They got a choke.
That's what I just did.
You got to pull it like a man. Got it on run. Hole. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, if we really wanted it dead center, the whole chute could move over about, see right here? This right here.
Move over an inch.
Maybe. Is it worth jacking with? Probably not.
This thing's huge.
Big boy, ain't it?
Yeah. What a dummy.
I thought I ducked enough.
What a dummy.
I thought I ducked enough, but I didn't.
Mess it up.
Huh?
He hit his head. Look at that.
Yeah.
I say that it's good enough for the girls I'd ate.
We need to move it over an inch. Oh, Oh, look at there. We even got the bolts to concrete it with. Bolt it down with.
Hey, Dad, which one of these is the head gate?
This is your,
This one?
these are your two head deals.
So this is the head gate?
No, this is the floor.
Why do you have the floor right there? So
That's where they put it. That's your squeeze and your tailgate.
Get in there, Mom.
Daddy, where you like it?
I think so. Looks pretty good. Let's look at this. If this gate is shut, hey! Turn that back on.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah, we gotta do a demonstration. They might not be able to hear us, but you can demonstrate it.
Open the back gate real slow. I want to see if it's going to hit this little gate right here.
Ooh, I hope not. Nope.
Like a glove. I mean,
She's lazy.
close it.
I feel that right now, though.
I feel that too.
I think so. Let's do this. Where's the scale head at?
I have it. What are we doing?
Well, we're going to hook the scale on it and see if that works. So we got this guy.
Are you doing with me and Wes there?
I guess so, yeah.
Peace out, Boy Scout.
We'll take the pin in.
Adios, amigos.
Oh, we got to load that other one up. I guess me and Mom are doing that, huh?
What?
Wish that wind would blow a little
I
bit.
took my hat off. I gave up. I should have listened
You
to
ain't
you.
no cowboy.
I should have listened to you when you said bring a cap. What do you want me to do? Get the scale out?
Yeah, get the
scale head?
scale out.
They put this thing right in my way. This says Bluetooth, babe.
I got it hooked up last night.
Oh, okay. Oh, crap. Everything blowing away. So do you have to charge this one in the house as well?
Yeah. Slide down on there. Is that too high? Take those little deals off, just unscrew them out of there. I got to hold the bottom part. There you go.
It's on.
Let's zero it.
Okay, let's see.
1 pound increments, I like that. Let's see. I downloaded the app last night when we got home.
Get on it first, see if it works.
Let's weigh the first cow. Get on there.
Cody.
All right, we're ready.
All right, hold this. All right, you ready?
147. Is that what you were thinking?
That's what it says?
That's what it says.
This one's way more accurate than the other one.
And then I got it on my app here. Well, it already went, so let's go.
Did you save it?
No, do it again. Start recording weights. Individual records. Start session. Record. Weight recorded. Weight stable. Record. Got it. All right. Summary. 140. Lightest animal weighed 147.
Woo!
Heaviest animal weighed 147.
Your turn to get on.
Total 2 animals. All right. Let's go back here to weighing. 385. 285.
282. Hold on, I gotta hit record. And it's recording.
I like it.
I guess. I don't know if it recorded.
Let's go to animals.
It
Yeah, heaviest animal 282. 3 animals. This one right here, we're going to trash. Look at that. That's pretty easy. Just want to trash that one weight, delete it, because we have doubled him up. Boom, got him. Summary. Lightest animal to the heaviest animal. That's pretty good information. You can just real quickly look. It's got the date, weighing session 01. Done. I guess that saved it. Uploading to Bar 7 Ranch. Uploaded to Bar 7 Ranch.
Pretty good. All right.
All right. So let me kill the skid steer. I think I would like this a little higher though.
Why? It's like perfect length.
I don't know. I just feel like if you're trying to do stuff, it may be right in your way. But we'll play with it. We'll have to run some cattle through it and see. I mean,
this week.
I would have either wanted it further over here where you can run that from here.
We got to get your recliner in here and see how it works.
Yeah, get my recliner. Get the old recline. Okay, so we kind of showed y'all the scales here, but let's talk a little bit about some of the things that make the silencer silent. So
I'm going to have to change cameras for that.
we out?
Yeah, give me the other one. We're back with full battery.
Okay, so
I hope the wind isn't too crazy in this.
Huh?
It's so. I said I hope the wind isn't.
well, we
too
can
crazy.
redo it if we have to, but
Yeah.
I'll try to stand with the wind at my back, guys. So a couple of things that make this chute what it is, so to speak, is they spend a lot of time making things quiet on it. So right here on these, don't let that blow over. Right here on these side access doors that fold down, you'll notice right here they're painted, but that paint's going to come off. This is a piece of it's basically like black water pipe that you lay in the ground or on top of the ground. And that's made so that when you do this, it's not a clanging, banging metal sound. Not only in that, there's a piece of it in here, a nylon bushing, and there's a rubber O-ring on that, so when these drop, it's just all, I mean, it's silent. That's part of it. You've got, I'm probably going to butcher this, Gene, so don't be mad at me, but nylon bushings in here in some of your in your pivot points that keep it quiet. It's built to be silent. And like here on this slam gate, there's a rubber stopper down here so that it's got a little bit of slam to it just where the latch is latching here, but for the most part it's not slamming and banging and making a bunch of racket. So let me go over our chute with you and tell you what it's got going here. So got 6 levers here. These front 2 levers, I'm going to turn this away so y'all can see me, baby. Basically, baby. These front 2 levers run. One of the things that was important to us. Okay. So these front 2 levers right here, the very first one runs the right hand side, and it's the neck, not neck extender, but the head turner. So one of the things that was important to me was being able to get control of those steers' heads or those heifers' heads if we're trying to ear tag them, implant them, whatever it is we're trying to do on their head. So what this will do is it'll turn their head for you and push it over to the left or to the right. So the first lever, if you pull up on it, will push their head to the left. You pull up on the second lever, it'll push their head over to the right. The third lever here controls the width of your floor. So you can tighten it up. I mean, it'll get as narrow as 4 or 5, I'll say 6 inches. I didn't really check it before we cut it off, but Gene said it'd pull your boot off. You get it tight enough to pull your boot off. So it'll get narrowed down very small at the bottom, or you can open it all the way up for a big old bull. One of the things I love about that, like my old squeeze chute, the very first couple that we had that were just old manual, real old squeeze chutes, they all had V-shaped squeezes, and that's the way the Molly is designed too, the silencer is designed. You want to have a little bit narrower floor than when you squeeze it. You want it to kind of be V-shaped when you squeeze. That's what puts that good pressure on them to hold those cattle. The downfall with your manual chutes that are done like that is if a cow gets down, sometimes they'll put so much pressure on the sides of those chutes when they go down that if you're not big enough, you can't get that squeeze released on it with that mechanical lock. And I'll show y'all if we have time when we go back up to the house what I'm talking about. Now if you got a side release on it, you could kick the side out and get them out if they got down like that. But you know, having the ability to open and close the floor hydraulically is just nice. If one gets down, you just open it up, get them up. You didn't have to turn them out. When they stand back up, you get them caught again. But if you got them squeezed properly, it shouldn't really get down on you. Moving to our third, fourth, and fifth, or fourth, fifth, and sixth levers. The fourth lever here opens and closes the head gate. This middle lever squeezes the squeeze, and this back lever controls your rear gate, your butterfly gates on the back. So there she is in all her glory. What are we going to name this thing? We're gonna christen this new chute with a blackberry lemonade ranch fuel.
It was accidentally christened at the.
Yeah, but we're gonna christen it Silent Night. There we go. Silent Work. We're gonna christen it Silent Work. So there'll no longer be any screaming or yelling or anybody getting griped at up here.
That's the funniest thing I ever heard.
But all right, guys. Well, we're excited to get this chute set up. A couple of things we got to do. I mean, as heavy as this sucker is, I'm tempted to not even bolt it down. But we've got the bolts there, so I'm going to get it. I need to check and see what size drill bit we need. But I'm going to probably put at least one lag bolt in each corner of it just to keep it from wanting to move on us any. And oh, one thing I forgot to show y'all is look at the floor in this thing. It's got this rebar floor in it, so it's got ever so often it's got one that's a hair bigger than the others. Every fourth one's bigger than the one before it. And we need to get us a rubber mat to put under this, so when they come in there and they're pooping and peeing and all that, it's going to go straight through the floor. What we'll do is we'll put a rubber mat under this that we can just pull out the side and shake it off, and that'll keep it cleaned out and looking nice. And then as far as our hydraulics, I'm going to have to do a little playing and tinkering. I think what I'll probably end up doing is taking these lines and running them up here, and then maybe bringing them down somewhere over there where we can plug our motor in, maybe where our motor will sit over there. As long as it's not keeping the cattle from coming in and out. If it's too noisy over there on that side, we'll move it someplace else. Eventually the goal would be to get electricity up here, and then we can mount the pump and the motor inside the little chute shed here and just run the hoses over there, and then it'd be out of the way and you would never hear it or see it, or you still hear it slightly, but you wouldn't see it. And but let me know what you think about it. Y'all keep ranching.
That's it? That's how you're ending it?
That's how we're going to end this one.
Keep ranching, wrenching, and praying, y'all. Next video, you're going to see some cows in it.
Yep, we got to get some...
we got to work those heifers we
got to work our heifers that we bought, get some cell barn tags off of them, get our ear tags put in them so we can identify them just by sight, and then
we got to
weigh our steers because they're ready to go to butcher. Then we'll be getting some more steers in to put on feed. We'll have to run them all through, get their weights on them. So ready to put this baby to use. Y'all check out Silencer at mollymfg.com. If you're looking for one, reach out to those guys and let them build the chute that you want. Design the chute that's perfect for your operation.
I got tired, so I'm sitting on the table, guys. But don't keep ranching, wrenching, and praying. I also lost the hat because the wind is ridiculous.
This wind is terrible.
It is ridiculous. I still got to go do 2 workouts, and I don't want to do them because it's so windy. Bye, y'all.